Hello. Yes, I am a bit different than a lot of people because I am unique. I don't follow the crowd. And the reason why is because I could see right through stuff. But I know this is like kind of like a blooper in a way because now I feel like I got hair in my mouth. But I think it's gonna stay anyways because, like I said, I'm unique. I don't follow the crowd. Nothing about this is acting. It is what it is. It's my personality. I got different personalities within me that choose to come out at certain times. And it is what it is. So either you accept it or you don't. Roe versus Wade. Is that it? Is that it? Is that what they've been talking about lately? Overturned? If you're thinking you would like to know my thoughts on this Roe versus Wade, I think that's it. I think that's what, I don't know. It sounds so weird in my mind at the moment. What I believe is I am pro-life. I am pro-life. I've never, ever decided to do that thing. You know what I mean? I don't believe in abortion. So I take everything seriously. Maybe a little too seriously. I take life seriously. I take every encounter seriously. I'm over 30. Although I may not look like I'm over 30, but I am. And I don't choose to be open like that for any guy. Men have to come to my level in order for me to even become open, you know, because a lot of them have failed to enter my kingdom. They have failed for the simple fact that they were not ready or mature enough to for their seed to be planted. I control that. I control that. I control whether they implant their seed or not. Because, first of all, you have to know, if you let somebody into you that, and you let them do a thing in you, that you may get pregnant. And the factors that you have to think about is, are you ready to be pregnant? Does this guy seem to be ready to raise a child? Is the environment stable for a child to be here? These are the thoughts that go through my mind, being that I'm highly a mental type of being. I think a lot. Something I can't really help. It is what it is. I'm mostly mental, and I'm doing my best to get more in the physical, more into my body, more into my hands and my movement, So, the thoughts that have gone through my mind. It's my way of feeling out the energy of a person, whether they're ready or not. If I sense that they're not ready, or I'm not ready, then it's a no-go. But I don't let anybody do anything that I don't think is right at the time. I have learned a lot through my journey about the different situations when it comes to relationships. What I can say is that there's been a lot of handlers affecting the flow of relationships. And now they're trying to confuse us with all these different things going on in our society. They're putting us in a state of chaos. And this chaotic feeling feels very infertile, because the environment feels unsafe. And because it feels unsafe, we don't want or don't feel ready to have a child. But my belief is that I am pro-life. I am pro-life. In order to live a full life, we must know the laws. because in this world there are rules and regulations that have clouded us from the real law, and which has added extra unneeded anxiety and fear to do natural things, which is to procreate. If I was not in this hostile environment, I probably would have had multiple children by now. But since the environment does feel hostile, that is the reason why these children have not come into form yet. I've been protecting them from this chaotic world. But when the time comes, it's the time when my mental power, mental alchemy has shifted this whole world, because I am the one behind it all. They're fighting. They're fighting too, to make the population dwindle. But at the same time, they're confusing us with these laws. These laws that make people think that they need to look outside of themselves for something that they can already do themselves. I'm just channeling this message. I'm not exactly sure where this conversation is going, but I am channeling my thoughts, my connection with the source speaking through me. I am pro-life. I almost got aborted, but I'm here. I'm here. Are you going to tell me, oh, you should have been aborted? Or do I have every right to be here? I am the creator of this reality. I'm the creator of all of this. I am the creator. You know how many times I manifested you know, a potential lover, and it was exactly how I envisioned them. But then when I got into that connection, I felt like they were manifested into form because of my, previous mental state and mental beliefs. So by the time I got them, my mental state already shifted, and in a way, I had to decide for that relationship not to continue because a previous mental state attracted them into my reality, and I already changed and shifted into a different being by the time they manifested. Or as I manifested them, I was already shifting into a different being. So it's like that relationship couldn't continue. And not only that, but like I said, the handlers, the distractors, the gang stalkers, the people that just want to get in your way to create obstacles for you. It's like the closer you get to your twin, to your soulmate, the more obstacles they try to throw in your way to stop that connection from happening, because they want you to do it with the wrong person. And it's some of these relationships could have grown even more if we communicated and took our time. But sometimes some people want certain things a certain way, and it's like you can't change how they think about it. So it's like, because of that, you just gotta cut off the relationship and completely, not let it consume you any longer, because their energy is causing you to feel a lot of like you're not ready type of thing. That energy of you're not ready, because they're trying to rush you into making a decision that you feel like you're not ready. Like, does it make sense to rush me, someone that I feel, I really would like to, my goal is to get in shape and to be in shape and to get really good at skateboarding and really good at a lot of my creative projects. That way, it feels like I lived my life to the fullest before I gave myself that break to, focus on getting pregnant. Because if I get pregnant before, certain things, it's more like, it's like, it's almost like once you get pregnant, it's like you're gonna be growing that huge bump, right? you know, the the huge belly, because you're pregnant. And then it's like all the things you want to do, you can't skate, you can't, you might be able to keep on painting and drawing and focusing on more like other things, but it's like the amount of things, it's like right after you come to the stage where you have to give birth, now all your attention has to go into taking care of the child and the baby, so then all your focus and your attention is now shifted to something, to another situation. So it's like you can no longer focus on what you wanted to focus on, which is getting good at what you really wanted to get good at, So I'd rather be more like, okay, let me just focus on me first and getting myself into the highest optimal level that I could get myself up to before, slowing down and then saying I'm ready to give birth, to a child. Because a child is going to change your life. And I could tell you this, I know this, because even having a cat, even having a cat teaches me a lot about children, because you always got to take care of them every single day, every morning. Feed them, clean their, clean the litter box, it's a whole bunch of every single day, you know what I mean? And your goals are children too, If you don't take care of your goals, you're not going to see them come into the light, So that's your first pregnancy, is your thoughts and your ideas, Your ideas is your first pregnancy. It's just levels, You got to be able to to go through the gestation of your ideas until they come into form and you can see them in the light. That's the first one. And then it's like, having a cat is more like a easier version of having a child. And then once you have a child, you have to already be like a master to a degree of taking care of things. But if you still haven't really mastered taking care of your goals and your ideas, then how are you going to be ready for a child, And that's the reason why. That's the reason why I'm like 30-something. 30-something, And still, have yet to have a child yet, But it's only because I've been taking care of my ideas and goals and I'm telling you, there's a lot of handlers lately. A lot of people trying to like get in your way type of thing, you know? And just the way the system is set up, it's like a whole bunch of stuff that's slowing you down. Like how, like, does that even make sense, you know? And it's not like I even had the opportunity to live in my own house, you know? I mean, when I was, because okay, you know, as a child, I was supposed to inherit 2 properties, but those 2 properties were stolen. So it's like, you know, by the time I was 14, I had to move to the projects with my family. And I was sharing a room with my sister. And that was just, you know, like you don't have any space to do anything, you know? Don't have any space to be creative there. Because, you know, all the things that you accumulate just from the world giving you things, you know, it's like at a certain point, it's like I outgrew that place and I have had to move out. But then it's like you got different obstacles, you know, like the obstacle of, okay, you don't have that much space in your place. And then the other obstacle of when you going to work, you know, the people there are very, you know, rude. Some people, you know, talk about sexual assault, you know, I probably should have said, hey, you know, this video is not for everybody to listen to, okay? It might be triggering or whatever. So you have to know if you can handle this, you know? So, yeah, like, you know, working at certain places, you know, some places are not good because people are yelling at you, getting angry for no reason, just because they want to control you, make you work faster than you really should be working, just because they're impatient. And then people sexually assaulting you because they like you, but you don't, but you're at the workplace, you're just there because somebody else, you know, the government told you you had to go to work, you know. The state told you you had to go to work, back to work, you know, the back to work program. You know, like certain things like that, like all those things are obstacles, you know, things that they put in your way to control where you go and how you move. And it's like, you know, at a certain point, you're just so tired. You're like, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with all of this stuff, you know, like it's almost like you're living in a world that just wants to control everything, control how you move, control how you think. And it's like you start to feel like there's something wrong with you because you don't want to do what they are telling you to do. And it's not like you're a lazy person. It's just that you have a different interest. So if you were to water your own interests, you know, work on your own interests, then those interests will grow and you can attract wealth just by focusing on your interests. Because, you know, let's say you're good at making jewelry, or you have an interest in mining, or an interest in art. There's different ways to bring value to people, because they find what you have to offer valuable. So it doesn't make you a bad person, by focusing on your interests. But if people are constantly making you do things that you don't even feel like doing, and it's like it's making you feel like, because it's like when they do that, it makes you feel inferior, like there's something wrong with you, like you're a bad person or something. But that's really not the case. It's not that you're a bad person at all, and it's not that you're lazy at all. You just have a different interest and you have a different skill. So all those things. And then not only that, but if you do decide, oh, you don't want to do that anymore, then all of a sudden you have no money coming in, and then you can't pay for rent and stuff like that. And then you might become homeless, or especially if your parents don't have a place, or your parents get angry because you're not bringing in any money to pay their mortgage or something like that. And then people end up in the street homeless and stuff like that. You see? So it's kind of messed up. And then that's why people think, oh, I'm scared to have a child. But then at the same time, you want to be able to get to know what it feels like to be in a relationship. And sometimes these people decide to be in a relationship just because that person has money that they could give. So then they do certain things like give their self away just for that money or whatever that person can give. And then that relationship is not even based on proper, balance. It's not balanced. So it's like very abusive from the beginning. So then that person feels like, oh, let me do an abortion type of thing. And then that's really not a good thing. You're not supposed to give yourself to people like that. You're not supposed to open yourself up like that at all. And that's why there's people like me, the people that actually stay true to themselves, people that actually was authentic from the beginning, the person that, people think, oh, that person is like, oh, they don't look rich, they don't look, but maybe I do still look rich, because I got these crystals and stuff, and I made this, I'm very creative and talented, so I may still look rich and wealthy to an extent, but there's certain things that I have yet to get. But that's because mentally I'm still absorbing new information, which is helping my reality to come into form based on how much information I start to learn. It's that simple. It's the more information you have, the more you're able to manifest new things. Because you know how things work in that sense. But I'm a very authentic person. That's why I'm 30 something and have no, I have yet to have children because I'm so real. I could tell a person, that what they're doing is just, certain things that they do, it's not right. So, and I'm not going to open myself up to somebody that's not respecting me and my, it's just not happening. It's not happening. Because I'm not going to base my relationship on a level that's abusive. I'd rather somebody be respectful toward me and respect my boundaries, and then it's going to feel like, okay, this is somebody I could trust, somebody worthy of having my children, because this person really respects me and respects my time and respects my body. So, and I that's just me. That's just me, I'm not that person. I'm not that person that's all open, giving myself to anybody. I'm really not. Even though there's some people that actually come to me and try to freaking do things to me without my permission, and that's very rude of them. Very, very rude. Because, that's just extremely rude. Like, I'm not even gonna make it even seem any less than how rude it is. I'm telling you, because it's extremely rude. I'm telling you. Like, when people do stuff like that, it could cause disease. Just for the simple fact that you're bringing stress to somebody, and that stress is what's causing that person's body now to react by producing more cortisol, which is, that's where these, STDs be coming from the stress. So you have to be careful not to let people stress you out, because it's that stress and that forcefulness or that rushing, that causes all that extra cortisol in your body, and when you're pregnant, you're not supposed to have that, bad environment, because it transfers to the baby while the baby's in the womb, and then by the time that baby comes out, that baby has all those, all that information stored in their brain, and then that's why they're born with certain things. Like, some babies are quiet when they, when they're young. Some of them have a lot of anxiety. Some of them are very, have a lot of energy. It's all because of the environment that they were in when they were in the womb. Because all of that transfers to the DNA and all that. And it's like, it's basically like the baby matches all of that energy. So you gotta be careful about the environment that you're in when you're pregnant. And I've seen it with my own two eyes, the effects. I've seen it. A lot of secrets of the universe have been revealed to me just by seeing a lot of situations. And I've seen the patterns. So these are just my thoughts on that. Oh no, my cat stretching. Yeah, so that's just my thoughts. I'm probably gonna make another video too, because that's just what it is nowadays. Making videos. I gotta let my thoughts be known, because If I don't let them be known, nobody will know. So, and if I don't say anything, then it's almost like I'm not even alive, almost, if I don't say anything. So I might as well say something. I might as well. It's part of being here, So until next time, like and subscribe, and comment and share if you like. Until next time, see you in the next video. See you.